Wow, it's been a crazy day. The night before last, I was awakened in the night because they were trying to kill me. And if I had not been awakened in the night, I would have been dead. They had some energy, supernatural, was gripping my lungs, my spine, my whole anatomy. I stung so bad, it hurt to try to breathe, but my whole body was just being disintegrated by some force. I went down to the basement. It didn't really improve, so I stayed awake, and then they turned it off. Last night, they would have killed me. I got up. I couldn't pronounce certain words. My head was stinging real bad. I tried to walk, but my equilibrium was so bad off, I could just go sideways. So when I went to the doctor in his office, I almost fell down, but to get through his office, I had to hold on to things because I didn't have any balance. He looked at my eyes, and he thought I might have had a stroke. And so he ordered a test, and he did blood work, and he said he wanted to do a head MRI to see if I had a stroke. I started getting better, but then there were people following me. And when I filmed them in the big black SUV, they wiped that out on my phone. I get back, they broke in again. They left another black ring. They said they're going to kill me. They want to kill me and my husband. Now some idiot is leaving messages, not just supposed to be from Alex DeSico, John Saw, Bob's offspring, Justin Brett's trying to steal our property, but some new person on my phone. And they're saying, oh, when you, there's this Chinese curse when you were in Hawaii and you visited an island. I said, bullshit. They said John Saw was stealing hair out of my brush after they sent me 6 invites to the My Writers Conference to curse me with some sick Illuminati cult. And so I got to thinking about Glass Beach. That was just a place in Kauai everybody went. It's just a mysterious place that there's glass balls through the years. It used to break there, and it made beautiful, soft glass rocks you walk on. There was a Chinese cemetery right there. Everybody went in the China. It was just a little plot. I mean, everybody stood by it. It was between you and the car. You passed right by it. It was also like a dump. It was by a waste dump or something in Kauai. And my husband wanted to buy some land there to build. It was in a beautiful, beautiful view, but it was in the worst neighborhood on the island. So he put a bid on a condo in Kihei. We both put it, and then he wanted it. I didn't want to live there because it's too far away. But he lost the bid for like a few $1,000s. Somebody else bid. You can see the beach there. And cool. The only place that's really suitable to live there that you could be happy would be like Wailea. It's too expensive there. But that's where I always stayed. For every conference, I stayed at the Grand Wailea, or I stayed at the Outrigger. Last time I was at the Outrigger, John Saw goes to NASA. They sent this NASA scientist to approach me on 9/11. We were both stranded. We were both standing there. I'm sitting at the beach by myself in the dark. And I'm not even on a lawn chair. And this stranger, he comes and sits in the sand several feet away. And I notice every time I turn him around, he's getting closer, closer, closer to me until he's right up beside me, sitting next to me. I thought, what is going on? It's like a cartoon where you see the little character sneaking around. And he said, would you like to go to the telescope NASA rented for me up at the volcano? And I said, I don't know you. And he said, I'm here with a group, and I'm doing ozone research. And they're renting it for $11,000 a day. And if you could come up there with me, it's a special offer. Nobody gets to see it. And then he wanted to know if I'd have lunch with him the next day. And I said, well, I'm stranded, you're stranded. We're both at the same hotel. And I won't go in the car with you because I don't know you. And he goes, well, it was an inside job. My ambassador friends told me before that he thought Bush knew. He thought it. He said, so they're taking all their money out of America. They don't trust the Bush family. And he was telling me, buy light bulbs and buy things that you can invest in later because the economy's going to go down. And he was telling me these things. And since he knew all this inside information, I thought, well, I bet he'd be interested to talk to him. I'm going to pick his brain. I want to find out about this 911 thing because it just happened. I was stranded on 9/11. I couldn't go back to the mainland. So I met him for lunch, and then he wanted to know if he could take me sightseeing. He wanted to take a bunch of pictures of me. Then he calls me a year later and wants to know if I'll come to a special convention and be his guest for a Honolulu NASA convention. I couldn't figure out why he wanted me to be his guest. I noticed my temples pulsating. I noticed my head being burnt from above. I noticed I was a victim of some kind of satellite mind control. And then later I found out they were trying to push the beast inside me through some opening. And then they tell me, you let the transformation take place, let Satan take you over, or Justin and your offspring and Tava and Sarah are going to come and steal your property. And they would harass me every day. I said, this is nuts. They've never been here one time in 20 years. Later, Justin came for one visit only. Chris came for one visit only. Tava came for one visit only. And then they put us on a kill list. They came here just to try to make some initiation in some club. And they all got government jobs. The day Kyla got a job at St. Jude that month, Bill Clinton was a guest. Then Kava started being flown to that Colorado Muriel airport. And they all started getting passes, free passes to Disney cruises. And then Disney starts putting me in animation against my will. This is crazy. I did not join a cult. I did not have anything to do with any curse. I don't believe in curses. This is a lying group that stole from me and just wants to try to just stick the knife in and turn it. I did meet Roger Pickney at a book festival I was invited to by John Saul. I went to South Carolina and North Carolina. Was it North Carolina? It was South Carolina. I went to South Carolina. I stayed in a hotel that I was invited to by John Saul. And this guy was there at the book signing, wanted to talk to me. Roger Pickney, he did a boat book. Turns out he was all about the bayou. He had taken people into the dark parts of the area. And he was talking something about this Chinese curse. The day I was supposed to go to the book signing, he was waiting at the door as I was waiting for a cab and said, I'm a published writer. You know I'm published. I can give you a ride. It's just up the street. So I trusted him. I go to the book signing, and John Saul's like winking at me while Michael Sachs wanted to sit with me. So I sit at the book signing with Michael Sachs. And then when it was over, this guy said, I'll give you a ride back to the hotel. You want to stop and have ribs on the way back? He goes, and he signs autographs next to John Saul and Michael Sachs. So the whole time I'm sitting at his table and he's signing autographs. John Saul's behind Michael's back is doing this. Just like he did my first Maui trip to the first conference, he was going along the networking party, and I had on this kimono, and he looked at me and went, but he and the watchers, the Hunt Club, were the ones that sent me an invite, because later, after someone sent me an invite from his Random House John Saul publishing site, they sent the song Somebody's Watching You, and they sent a cartoon person with a trench coat saying, you have a secret admirer, and they implied it was John Saul. So at the conference, he just released a book, was it Black Lightning? And he was in a new picture on the back in a trench coat. They tried to initiate me. I didn't have a clue what was happening. You know, I just went to this conference. I was invited to 6 others. This group is insane. I am normal. I am not into witchcraft. I am an articulate writer. I don't like stupid people. Fantasy is for children. These are idiots. And now they've trashed the whole damn world, okay? And it's damned. But because I think they're crazy and I disengage, now they're trying to kill me for fun.